Good evening, everyone. It is September the 5th, and it's Labor Day today, so we're going to do Labor Day today. You're going to need a pair of weights and a pair of 12-inch bands. Mine are matching because I have an endless supply of them. However, if you have two different colored bands, that is okay. We're going to be doing a resistance exercise with our hip hinges, and at one point I will allow you to stop, switch them from one foot to another, and do it. I am doing this barefooted, but I'm going to warn you, sometimes people's feet and bands do not mix. So if you feel like you need to put shoes on, go ahead and do that. Also, a pair of washcloths, because when you pull resistance tight on this, it tends to roll up in your hands. So you might want something to put in your hands for the band as well. Gloves work great for this. You won't need this for a while though, so you don't have to put them on just now. I'm letting you know what we need. We're also going to go to the floor and do what is called a ball pass. So if you have a big Swiss ball at home, you can use that later on. But if you have a small ball or a yoga block, such as these, this is a really small ball, I need to air it up. Or even a funky shaped pillow that you can pass, that's great. Anything that has some heft to it, some shape. So that's going to be good. That's what we'll need. We probably won't need the chair, so I'm going to move the chair out of my way. But some things you don't think of until you get going. All right, we're going to start with a warm-up. Let's do this. All right, go ahead and lift the heels. You want to start warming up your quads. And as you're doing this, I want you to take a big step and balance. So you want to stop and stop. And aim that back foot towards your other cheek. Take that really big step and go into that balance. Use your hands if you need to. All right. So let's go back to a smaller. We're actually going to come front. You're just going to, like you're doing a happy sack. Bring it here and go into that standing position. Lift and stand. Good. Warming up our feet, our hips. And getting a little bounce practice in there. All right, let's march. Those arms going back and forth, elbows open. And move. Explore your space. Know where you are. Move yourself forward and back. Make some little pivot turns. Draw the worst shape star. You can go sideways. In your hips. So you can keep your body forward and have your feet move. Good. All right, let's come back to a long face. Bring arms up. Stretch those arms out. If you can, up and down. One more time. Pull your shoulder. Roll forward. And back chin up. And in, chin down. And back. And ease it in slow. All right, we're going to go into step twos. So start wide apart. So you step. You want to have that big step again. And go ahead and loop it into the hips. So you got a little bit hinge across. Let's add some arms. So get a little bit of spinal rotation in, a little shoulder rotation. Good. Look up to that top hand. 4, 3, 2, arms down. Step. Now I want you to start stepping behind your heel. Excuse me. Step. When you come up, step back. 4, 3, 2, and front. moving step. So don't bend into it. Pick any of the side you can. Drop your toes. So you're flexing your toes towards the floor. Now, so you're flexing your toes towards your knee. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just go into the heel march. Bring one shoulder over. Palm up. And keep it down. Shoulder over. Palm up. And keep it down. Hands behind your back. Grab your wrist. And flex your shoulder. Relax. Get down. All right. Make sure your back is loose. All right, I'm going to stop this before we get started. So, what we're going to be doing, this one song, and this is all we're doing with the song, it's like a minute 30. You're going to step with your left foot. When you step with the left foot, the right hand comes across, and the left hand goes over. So, right coil, left curve. So, you're going to step into it, and it's going to be here. Here. So, there's going to be that little bit of a want to turn, totally fine. Just make sure you're not putting your hip into tension you don't want. And a lot of times we do this, we've done this before with the open, but we're doing in a straight forward. So you're going to get that little bit of attention. We'll do the song again, and we'll go the other way, and we will reverse our whole rub your tummy and pat your head thing, okay? All right, here we go. So exhale, minute 54. All right. Here we go. So you're going to, first of all, let's just do our forward lunge. Add your coil, and then add your coil and your curve. And take your time, okay? Get into the lunge, pause it, feel where you're feeling the pull. Good. Take your time. Try not to overstep your knee over your toe. Keep your balance when you come into that forward. Now this time leave the coil out and just bring the curve over so that you can see what the difference is with the different pieces. Now the coil only. Do 2 of them. And now go back to the coil and the curve. So you can see how your interaction is with both of those moves. And of course the lunge. And I find my tendency is to look in the direction that my coil is going. It helps me maintain my balance a little better. I'm try looking away. It really didn't affect it much. This is just natural inclination to touch your head, I guess. One more. All right. Kind of stretch there. And all right. So let's get 1 or 2 done with the right foot. So you're going to step with the right foot into lunge. Add your opposite arm coil. And then add your opposite arm and your curve. So we've pre-done it. We'll do the same breakdown with the music. We'll do it again with the lunge, with the coil, with the coil and the curve. All right. I can definitely feel it in my abs. right through here a lot more than I did because I'm going counter to what I've just done. And it's hitting me a little different. And that's okay. Coil and curve. Coil and curve. Hold that resistance to the front for just a second. And push back. Good. Okay. 2 with just the curve. 2 with just the coil. Think of this, coiling and spring around your body. And now go back to coiling curve. Good. Nice and steady. Think about what you're feeling. Probably the opposite cheek. Forward knee. Be careful that you're not driving into it. I'm feeling good here across. That's where my arm is going. Remember, maybe 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Let's take those knees down. Good job, guys. All right. Pause that refreshes. Need to get some water. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and move for me. Don't just stand still. All right. Pick up one weight. We're going to do a quick little tutorial on the modified kettlebell hold. Now, I call it a kettlebell hold because if you had a 3-pound kettlebell or a 5-pound kettlebell, you could use that, but it's totally modified. So what you're going to do, hold up your 2 fingers like a little bunny foo-foo. Now take these 3 fingers and do like this. So he's talking to you. Hey, what's going on? So you're going to open these fingers and set the head of the weight right there, and then make snake fangs right there on top of the weight. Now notice you drop your elbow. How straight your wrist is, that is what we're going for. Awesome. So the head of the weight always faces the opposite wrist, and then you lift up and bring it back down. So there's a rotation. It rotates out to face you or face me and comes back in. Straight up. So you're not going to go out with it or out with it. You want to go up as much as you can and keep it close in the shoulder girdle. So now, other hand, bunny ears, make this, switch it, bite it, faces the opposite shoulder, rotate it up and out, up and out. Do one more, up and out. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to be doing reverse lunges. We're going to start with our left leg, and our arm is going to, our left arm right here, woohoo, is going to rotate up and come back in. Now, we're going to do about 5 lunges before we start adding this. And remember, you don't have to lift it any higher than you want to. You don't have to go all the way to full extension. You can just have a gentle lift here, but keep it close to you when you're not lifting. So don't let it fall out here. Gentle lift, gentle lift. All right, here we go. We are on the next song. Reverse lunge, 5 count on the reverse lunge. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to start with just a little lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to count it. Here we go. Just ease into it. If the weight gets to be too much, take the weight out. Keep your fingers in fang mode so that your wrist stays nice and tight. And just do your rotation. Okay. Halfway through, we're going to switch arms. Switch this now. Okay, not the leg, we'll go left leg. So go here, and let's add the lift. Rotate it out to face me, and bring it back into you. Nice strong wrist. Good. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, so let me go ahead and switch that to here. Okay, now check your legs out, bend your knees. We're going to keep it in the right hand and do the right leg. So we'll do 5 count with no weight, lift, and then we'll start this, and halfway through we'll switch to the left hand. Okay. Little too touchy. All right, right foot lunge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin a gentle press up. Rotate it out. Back in. So work yourself into it. You don't have to go straight up high to begin with. And again, at any point, if the weight overrides your shoulder, you take it out, you keep this position. We will switch hands halfway. Not legs. Hands. Switch it up. You take a step first, and then you begin your push. There we go. Good. If you touch the body, it's moving back. You kind of have to follow with your arm, so you're not stretching out in front of you. Good. Straight up. Straight down. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And done. Okay. We're going to go to the floor to do wood chopper. So angle your camera down or your computer down. And I want you to use your heavier weights for the wood chopper. So you want to have 2 pair of weights right next to you so that you can switch out. I want you to do that because we're going to be on the floor. We're going to be lifting overhead. So your abs will be engaged, but your back is not going to be compressed. And your legs are free to roam about the country, from the floor. So I'm going to have my 6s and my 5s. I'm going to lay pretty high up here in field of vision, 1 on each side. And remember, we're going to start off with 2 weights, and they'll just be side by side. And you will start, we'll go down to the floor. Start with your heavier weights, and you can always gear down to lighter. So what we'll do is we'll start with the heavier ones, and then we'll switch so you have 1 heavy, 1 light, and then it'll just be 1 heavy, and then 1 light. So we'll gear it down, and if you don't want to change it all, that's fine. Let me get the music so I don't lose it here. Gotta be able to see where we are. Okay, so go ahead and lay back. You want the weights, start out with them over your chest, and then roll them so the bottom head of the weight is about even with your top of your head. And you're going to fold down, touch the top head of the weight to the floor so that you can feel your spine here, and lift back up to this 45 degrees. So you're 45 degrees here and down, 45 and down. And you don't have to go fast. You can just kind of keep it at a nice pace. All right, here we go. Take a position, hold, and up. Now, at this 45 degrees here, you can kind of tuck your belly button towards the floor. You want your shoulder blades to be comfortable. And again, if and when your weights need to be front, you can switch them out to something slightly lighter. I wanted to change the direction that we're lifting, kind of focus on the tricep a bit more. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm bringing my weights up. I'm going to switch and take one of my lighter weights, so I'm going from 12 pounds to 11 pounds, placing my fingers. And I'm going to do about 10 with this weight. 10, 9, you can do whatever you need to. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring your arms up all the way over and down. But put them down for a moment. I'm going to turn this down. Shake your hands out. Go ahead and take your elbows out to the side and let your arms go nice and long. Hold them back in. Bring them into the side and press up with your palms. Bring those fingers down. Stretch those forearms. Get one of your heavier weights. Hold it by the head. Bring it towards the crown of your head. Stick your thumbs out. And from that 45 degrees, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and roll that up. Put that down and pick up one of your lighter weights. If you have two pairs, go ahead and right here, the crown of your head, thumbs up. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll that up. We're going to keep it in the left hand so you have it nice and straight. You're going to fold your arm and bring the head weight to the opposite shoulder. So you're going to go here and lift. 1, 2. This is very definitely triceps. 3, 4. You can put one finger on that muscle right there. 5, and feel it. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take that up. Switch hands. Right over the shoulder towards the opposite shoulder here. First one, and then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press that up. Take it down and away. Bring your hands up. Place your fingers gently. Bring them in and just gently go here. Do not force press this. And then just rotate your arms back into the stretch. And then adjust your hands so that the backs of your fingers are pressing away. And then roll it back up. Loop one knee. Extend one foot. And rock yourself to the upright position. All right. Okay, so get your weights over here out of the way. We're going to stand up. It just takes a minute to move over here and to get oneself up off the floor. We're going to go into hip hinges. We're going to warm up with our hip hinges, and then we're going to add the bands to it for one set. So make your way up. Dun, 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 dun. Let me check and make sure I'm on the right one for hip hinge, which is dreaming. Okay, I gotta skip that one. All right. So hip hinge. Go to your favorite stance. How wide do you like to start? Some people really do like to start here, especially if their hamstrings are tight. Because I've done this all day. I tend to go wider because it's more comfortable for me. So you get to decide where you start. But remember, we're starting with the legs in a good position. You roll this up right here and put that on top so that it doesn't go away. Turn that back up a smidge. All right, hips, roll it back. Tuck that belly button here, go right into the hamstrings, slight bend in the knees. We're just gonna do the stretch for a good 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now our 10 count. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just a very tiny, quick pulse. Boom, 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 boom. Right there. From the hips. So we kind of keep it gentle right there. So we go deep. We want to get that hamstring. So wake up. We're gonna hold this to get to the ridge. Make sure you breathe and the neck is neutral the most that you can. 4, 3, 2, and up. Little hips. Widen your stance just a smidge. Press those hips back. Let's do a little bit of up and down, down and up. Just right into the inner thighs and don't switch back here. Making sure your lumbars and that little banana shape and not that lumpy watermelon shape. Up. Little hip hands over here. That's just we're doing foot dams. I don't want us to overdo. Let's go ahead and do a little side leg. Side leg. So you're gently stretching through here. So sit into that back hip. Sit back here. Gently just take your shoulder back and down. There you go. All right. 4, 2, and 1. Come up, walk it off. And what do you know? I actually cut it off before it ended. Okay, little foot rotation. Here's where we're going to hook the bands. And if you need a chair or something behind you, that's totally fine because once you stand up, you're not going to use the chair. If you are barefooted, be mindful of where you're putting it so that you're not putting any undue stress. If you're going to put it underneath your toes, make sure you're keeping your foot flat on the ground. Woohoo! I did all of that and I have to go here to get these little things. So I have a pair of color coordinated washcloths that I use for grippers. And then I'm going to just run those underneath my band because it does tend to roll up and that does become uncomfortable. So kind of do one at a time, get them done. Making sure you got those knees bent a little bit. So once you get it in there, and do your hands from the outside in and not inside under, and just kind of pull up into this stretch. It's kind of tight. I know this, widen your stance, it won't be so tight. How are we feeling with that? No undue pressure on the shoulders. Okay, so roll into your hip hinge and you notice how it's pulling you down, and we're simply going to go here and up. So you never come out of complete. Okay, so we're going to do 20 of these. We're not even going to use the music for it. 1, 2, 3. Keep your back in super good position. 5, 6, 7, 8, because you want the resistance. 9, 10. Now let's count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and go ahead and hinge for me here. Just kind of come all the way down to elbows on knees. Take one off and switch hands. So if it's your right foot, then it needs to be in your left hand. It's in your left foot, right hand, and again, outside in, not inside out. Go back into your wide stance and you're leaning towards the foot. Brace here, and you're just going to pull and down. Your body's going to go down in the center while your arm is going across. So start up here, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to keep your hips even. 5, we're doing 10, 6, 7. So you're going to feel it in the band leg. 8, 9, and 10, unhook while you're down here, hook to the other side, and then change hands, brace on your leg, and pull up to center. You won't come all the way up, that's fine. Ready? Do your starter one, like you're starting your lawnmower, and 10, hips are even. 9, pull, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and let go, step out, kick that stuff off to the side like you're mad at it. All right, I want you to walk just a little bit. We are going to the floor. And I want you to make sure that everything here is copacetic. So do your 4 points. Nice and gentle there. Swing it forward, out, and back. And then do that about 3 times and come back. You want to make sure your joints are moving. So you got plenty of fluid moving through there. And 1 more. All right. We're going to go back to the floor for our ball pass, our block pass, our pillow pass, whatever it is that you have. So let's lay down and see where I've got this. Okay. Number 9, which is run. And that wasn't that song that I just hummed. And I'm going to use my yoga block. I'm going to get my weights out of the way right quick so I don't kick them with my long legs. All right. So the key to this particular thing is the open and close. So whether you have an object, this is open position. Arms here, legs here. And you're going to bring everything up. This is closed position. Now, your back may not like doing a deadlift of the legs. So your arms are back and your legs are slightly bent. Bring the bent legs up and take them back down in bent form. Your arms always have to do, if your legs are going out, your arms are going out. Close, open. Yoga block, if that's what you're using. You can put it between your feet and tap. You can put it between your knees and tap your feet. Or you can just flail it up here and bring it back down. There's so many ways to do it. You can do it without, if you've got the ball, you've got a big pillow. So the idea is you can do long legs, shorter legs, as long as you're tapping. Now, if you do have back issues and you can't lift both of them, bring your legs here, and you're just doing one leg at a time. If you need to put something underneath your back to support it, a rolled up towel, feel free to do that. If you need something to support your head here, you can use your yoga block and do something else with your passing, because some people do have neck issues. So feel free to modify any way you want to. We're going to start now that I'm ahead of you by 20. All right. So here we go. All right. Here we go. So you want to focus on feeling how your abs react when you take your legs down, whether they're long, or even if they're bent. And then, of course, when your legs go down, bringing your arms back also helps keep your abs engaged. So change it up. You can bring it in short and tap, and then open it back up. You can go long if you need to. You can do a single, one leg at a time. So when your legs get to the point where they're too heavy to lift, do a single leg and a single leg, and then go back to your doubles, however you're doing this. And then don't forget to throw a couple of short passes in there just to show off, right? And make sure you're breathing, people. No breath holding there. I'm going to do a couple of singles. My back is starting to be a little cranky, so I'm going to give it just that little bit of a break. I'm going to add just a little bit of a crunch to 2 of them. Don't crunch much because we got other stuff to do. Make sure you're reaching behind you with those arms so that you're getting the benefit of opening that chest up. Okay, that's part of that arm flexibility right there. Super important. Okay, we got time for maybe 2 or 3 more. One here. One here. Go ahead and put your feet down. Feet together, heel, toe, toe. Let your knees go out. So that your back will relax. Good job. All right, I'm gonna pause this for a second so it doesn't run away with us. All right, feet to feet, toe to toe, and you just kind of want to rock this little side to side through here. Again, sort of like when we do on our sits bones, you just kind of want to rock that through there, make sure all of those joints are moving smoothly, and then bring those feet back up. So we're going to use the block again. This time we're going to do a little bit of a crunch. So take it to the widest position. And let's use fingertips to start with. And what we're going to do is you're going to sit up, try to take it towards your ankle, and then come back to 45. So everything is 45, 45. It's not floor to floor. It's 45 here, so that keeps your abs engaged at a certain point. And then you're going to 45 here and down, and then you will alternate legs. And then we will take it about halfway through to where you're holding it long with one hand and going up towards the opposite foot, change, up towards the opposite foot, change, up towards the opposite foot. And if you end up doing something completely different from me, it's okay. As long as you're doing some sort of crunch somewhere. So we'll start with it short, hands on the ends. Let's go. Start at 45 here with the arms and straddle that leg. Sit up in that little bit of a crunch. Again, adjust how your back is doing and how your neck is doing. So if you keep your sit there with a rolled up towel or your block, feel free to do it. Take your time. Make sure I like to exhale on the lip. Because really, your body is crunching up and forcing all your air out. Let's just help it along. 4, 3, 3.5, 2, and 1. All right. Take it to singles. You're going to do opposite arm, leg, opposite arm, opposite leg. So sit up in a crunch, pass, long leg, pass, long leg. And I do have my other arm as counterpoint. So I'm not doing the single arm, single leg, but my other arm is the counterpoint to allow the passing, making it a little more efficient. Good. Here. And here. Let's do one more. Not yet. Now we're going to count. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, take this block and put it between your knees, and then plant your feet right down the ground. Okay, so you're pushing into the block, palms flat, and just press through your heels up into your low back. And let's just hold in the glute bridge position. Okay. So what we're going to do is you're going to lift your toes. Put your toes down, nice and slow. So up for 1, down for 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. This is your toes. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and 6, 2, 3, 4. Roll your back into the floor. Bring those knees towards you, block and all, and just hold on to the outside and roll from side to side. You want to loosen that up, and then of course you can remove the block. And then let's take the legs wide and reach up and grab your ankles. Your feet can be apart, and you're just gonna kind of wedge your elbows against the inside of your thighs and just hold the position. Wiggle your toes. Open them up, space between them, so that they can cool off and breathe. If they're inside your shoes, open them as wide as you can. Wiggle them. All right, rotate your ankles while you're holding your legs here and the other way. All right, we're going to go to the outside and pull them in. Go to the back side. Now, get right below the knee and straighten your legs. That means if you have to roll up into the big, I call this the ladle position because you look like a J. Okay? You might not be able to bring them right above you and straighten them out. So you need to lean and straighten them. Point your toes. Do a little scissor. Feel the rotation of your leg through here. Good. And we're going to do a rocking J. So you're going to rock, come almost to seated position, but not quite. Let's do 3. 1, 2, and all the way down. Okay, lengthen those toes, straighten them out that way. Now, go ahead and let your back curve just a little bit. And just walk your fingers towards your ankles. Feel your hamstrings. Don't force yourself to do anything that is hurtful. Okay. Now shift your feet so your toes are coming back towards you, and you probably felt your hamstrings go. Hey, that's okay. Ease up out of that. Let's take one arm behind us and press forward. Go easy in that arm. We're not straight arming back here. Instead of bending the elbow. This is about the rotation and the spine of the ribs. Come away. Do the other arm with the bend and the reach. Head going with it. And come out of that. Straighten towards me. Bring one leg to figure 4. And I had to wait for something to settle. We're going to go right here. And just turn and lean. Switch it out. Sit up nice and tall. Turn and lean. And come back to center. Crisscross applesauce. Just roll forward on your hips. So remember, this is where you are keeping that banana shape. You want to roll your belly button towards the crossed legs. If this is too tight for you, then go to this open position and do the same thing. You just have to work a little harder to get your hips forward. So depending on what your legs and your knees are wanting to do for you today, how flexible are you feeling? How tired are you feeling? You can adapt. This is about the hips rolling forward and you feeling the muscles coming out of your the bottom of your hips, up your back. Loose it, shoo, like that. All right, let's switch legs because the leg that's on top gets a better stretch. So we want to make sure we get both of those. And when you have your hands here, I'm not pulling on my kneecaps. I've got the top of the head, this bone right here, that's what I'm bracing against. So not the kneecaps, the top of that lower set of bones. Tibia and the fibia. All right, let's do a couple more because we did a lot of legs. Go ahead and put your right leg out. Do the hokey pokey, and we'll turn ourselves around in just a minute. Okay, left leg over, and you're going to take your right arm and give your left leg a hug. Pull it in because we're wanting to stretch right through here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then ease off of that and let it go out. And let's go to this side. So left leg, right leg is bent, left arm gives right leg a hug, and you just pull it in as tight as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just let that extend out. All right, you guys, thank you very much. We'll chat on the flip side.